There are two common ways to add your ribbon or your cord to your drawstring bag, where you just take two pieces and you close it by pulling the two ends. Then we also have a cord lock option. This one, you take one long piece of ribbon or cord and you start from one side. Let's say you start on the right side. You run it through the casing. You take it all the way to the other side. You're going to have an opening over here on this side too. So you would run it from the right, go to the left, and when you get to that opening, you just run it out and then back in so that it's going through the back. And it comes out then on the same side. You have one long piece of ribbon that is on, it ends up with both ends on the same side. Then you take your cord lock, which looks like this, and it has a little button that you push. When you push that, you can see that it opens up, and that's where you put your ribbon or your cord. And then when you release that button, it closes up and holds that cord in there. And then to use it for this type, you just pull and it closes up. So either way works. I like the cord lock because I think it's easier. So I'm going to show you how to do both. I'm first going to show you how to do it without the cord lock. You want to take one of your ribbons and you start in the side, one of the side seams, in the casing. Make sure you're in the casing. You can think that you're in the casing and actually be on the inside of the bag. So just, make sure you're on the inside. You want to go through and come out the other side. Using my voice. And you want to keep one of your ends out here. Now you're going to take that same ribbon and you're going to run it through the other side. And then again, making sure that you are in the casing and not on the inside of the bag, which I keep ending up on the inside of the bag. So if you don't trim your casing, when you're doing your seams, you're trimming your seams, if you don't trim the casing area yet as much, that'll give you more fabric to be able to work, to find the inside of the casing. And then you come out here. Okay, make sure you hold on to that other end. You don't want to lose it. Well, no, I take it back. You do want to lose it because you're coming through. You want both of your ends to be on one side. So you pull that through. Alright, so we've got these two, which we're going to tie knots in. And then you go to the other side. You take your other piece of ribbon and you run it through the bodkin, just as before. And now you start on your opposite side. And you take that through the casing and bring it out on the opposite side. So now you're working with two pieces of ribbon. You're working with, you want to make sure that you're not pulling in your other one that you already have ready to go. Oops, that's that one. I don't want to pull that one. Pull the wrong one. Okay, there it is. And then you take that same one and you run it through the other side. And hope that you don't accidentally end up pulling the wrong one and end up having to start over. Alright, there we are. Now you just tie some knots right here and pull it shut. But you do want to give these some good knots. You don't want it to be able to go into the casing. So my reason for liking this other way with the cord lock is because you only are running one piece of ribbon through. You don't have two pieces of ribbon. But this works just fine if you don't have cord locks. We do have a link to the cord locks on our in the instructional directions in the tutorial, and we also have a link below in the description. Now I'm going to show you how to use the cord lock. You want to do the same thing. You want to start with one side and take your bodkin and your ribbon and run it through, making sure that you're on the inside of the casing and not on the inside of the bag. Pull it out. And then go to the back, the other side, and do the same thing. Just find that inside of the casing and run it through to the other side. Now make sure you don't lose one of the other end as you're pulling. Make sure you don't lose that in there. Gotta make sure you know which ones you should be pulling. It doesn't seem like either one of them should be the right one. That's pulling that one, so it would have to be this one. Oops. There we go. Now take your cord lock and squeeze it. Whoops. Squeeze it so you can see the opening there. And then all you do is just pull and it closes. And you'll want to put a knot here and cut some of that off.